We are streaming. All right. So Sarah is my wife. Blondie is working late tonight, and she won't be home for dinner. So I'm gonna make kind of a trash meal. Not really though. She loves queso. It's like one of her favorite foods. She loves to go to Moe's specifically because of the queso. So I'm gonna make some queso, and I'm gonna make some Mexican pizzas because we were talking about it in one of our social media groups the other day about how they don't put black olives on it anymore. And we're not going to put black olives on this one either, but we're going to make an amalgamation of a Mexican pizza. We're going to make our own queso. We're going to use some feijoada, which is like this black bean braised pork that we made the other night as like the meat. So we're going to go like crispy tortilla, feijoada, crispy tortilla, queso, and then like a quick little like analog of pico de gallo, and maybe some scallions on top for our stream sponsor, Tactical Hat, twitch.tv/Tactical Hat. He bought us this laptop that we stream from that's been invaluable despite the number of technical difficulties that I run into. But that's not his fault. Let's get started. I switched back to the which it seems like it's super loud. I switched back to the microphone on the webcam because I had a lapel mic, but it was crazy loud when my beard rubbed against it. So, let's see if I can like lower this just a little bit before I guess you could turn the volume off yourself, but let's just bring it down like a little bit. So I'm not like peeking in the red every time I talk. I think that's a bad thing. It was beard interference. Welcome, Ficino and Rich Silva. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna turn on my obnoxiously loud. Oh, it's not plugged in. Shit. First things first, we're going to plug in our equipment. Turn on our obnoxiously loud induction burner, and we're going to make queso. So, one's yellow onion. I'm actually only going to do like half the yellow onion because this is mostly for Sarah, and she's not a big fan of lots of bits in her queso. And then I'll use the other half of the onion for the pico de gallo, which we're going to cheat a little bit with. Use like some pickled jalapeno juice, fresh lime, etc. Alright. I've been given some cooking lessons, and basically what I've been telling people is that like it's kind of pointless to cut your onions like horizontally. And I think I've said this in a number of streams before too. So if you see me skipping that cut, it's because if you look at the structure of the onion, it's already cut horizontally. It's already in planks, as I like to describe it. So it's going to cut like really fine strips and then just really fine dice. And then usually save that guy for stock or something like that. It's like the root end. I forgot to, I grabbed most of my mise en place, so I'll get better at this as time goes on. The scallions for tactical, but yeah, butter and garlic. Do like three cloves of garlic. These guys are starting to get a little slimy. We're going to be using our box grater, which has like a microplane layer or part to it, this very fine grater. It's a microplane box grater, which is why it has it. This is like the best box grater that money can buy, in my opinion. And I use it for lots of stuff. But we're going to be using it a lot because we're going to be grating our cheese. And don't get too close to the edge of that garlic there. You don't want to microplane your fingers. Blondistas, is that what we're going to call the followers? These guys are a little slippery. I'm sure they're slippery. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're almost there. We need 10 more followers, and I need a stream for like, it's like all in the back of the, yeah, see, garlic paste. All right, let's get like a little knob of butter going. And like off to the side, I have my black bean pork mixture already rolling and getting warm for the tostada. And then we're going to add our onions and garlic to this and give it a little saute. Set this off to the side. And then I'm going to do like half of this jalapeno fresh in the queso. Cut the seeds and the ribs out. Give yourself a nice flat surface to work with. Oh shit, making queso with the seeds. No, I got rid of the seeds, dude. Might be like 1 or 2 seeds in here, but you'll never know. Boom. So everything's cut like really, really small. So you want to be careful to not get anything too dark. It's gonna saute down like super quick. And basically what we're gonna do is grate a bunch of this cheese. It's 8 ounces of Monterey Jack and 8 ounces of sharp white cheddar. And we're gonna thicken it with cornstarch into some whole milk. Because this is like basically ready to go already, I am going to get like 2 cups of milk in here, eyeball it. That's more like 3 cups probably. That's okay. And just like get it nice and warm so that the cheese melts in it, and then when we go to add a little bit of cornstarch to thicken it up, you're just basically good to go. Audio quality is perfect today. Awesome, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. That actually is a huge load off of my mind. And this is all going to like melt, so you just want to get it like small. It doesn't have to all be perfect though. Rich Silva, our official first Patreon member, which, dude, I thank you so much for doing that. That means a whole lot. It's like super motivating. Like, I'm pretty bad at having any kind of faith in myself. So to like have somebody just out of the blue throw a couple shekels my way means a lot. The act means more than the money, which like I super appreciate. And then that actually inspired, we actually have 2 already. So, even though you can't subscribe on Twitch yet, hopefully soon, you get some chives emotes. Nick myself? No. A little bit. Shaved a little bit of skin. And then, yeah, patrons get to like request you know, what they want to see cooked. There's a few tiers on there. I was talking about it yesterday's stream, but like basically less about the money and more about the number. But when we get enough patrons, we'll like do like a lechon, do like a big cookout or like something to that effect, like a big party. That's all the grating I got to do, so away with that. And our milk is simmering already, so I'm going to add all of this cheese to this milk. I'll flip the camera over to that side in a second. Skin is extra protein. I'll take bits. I'll take whatever you guys want to throw at me. Like I said, it's trying to, you know, if one day, you know, our student loans get paid off, and Sarah's doing her library thing, and if I could just do this full time, that'd be pretty fucking dope. I have no expectation for that to happen anytime soon, but it's nice to dream. I know, regardless of anything, hopefully some point this year we're going to be doing a pop-up restaurant in Orlando, and we're going to make like a little taco truck situation at a local brewery, and I've been talking with some of the guys at the brewery, and it looks like it's going to be like a pretty good time. But that's very tentative plans right now. All right, so I'm going to scoot this over so that you can see that. So basically just like milk, onion, garlic, jalapeno, and like let this cheese melt. We're definitely going to need to season this, so we'll get a little head start on that while everything comes together. We need some paprika and some cumin. Just like tablespoon. I'll go 2 tablespoons paprika, 1 tablespoon cumin. Maybe you can buy. Does Big Tim even have that hot dog cart anymore? Yeah, like a couple little like dark onions in there, but that's okay. We're also going to add, probably at the end, because I don't like want to risk it curdling, but we're going to add a little cornstarch. We're going to make a little cornstarch slurry and add it to this to thicken it up. So I'm going to get a little bowl. Just add like a touch of water. And then essentially like tablespoon and a half of cornstarch. Unlike flour, cornstarch you can just dissolve straight into water. It doesn't need to be like pre-gelatinized. It'll be like a little lumpy, but I think a BDM is storing it from. That's pretty cool. But you make this little like, you know, cornstarch water. It's like looks like milk a little bit, and it can go right into sauces to act as a thickening agent. It definitely does not provide the same consistency as like a roux or like other thickeners, but it's that this is what you want for making queso. That's what they have in Mexico. They have lots of corn. They have flour and stuff too, but we'll keep an eye on this. It needs to come up to like a simmer for a little bit to fully activate as a thickener. We'll see how that goes. And we'll start working on our little quick pico. I got one of my tortillas toasting off to the side already to make this situation. Let's get a bowl. Get any errant cornstarch out of here. What's up, Hat? Drop the tomato. That's okay. I'm sure Teddy will find it later. And then similar to the cut we made yesterday, because like dicing cherry tomatoes is a pain. This knife is not as sharp as. What's wrong with this knife? Switch that guy out. Just make little like oblique cuts. It's just like a little nice topping for this situation. This thing's rolling, so I'm going to turn it off. It smells really great. It smells like queso. I'm unsure if it's the right thickness yet, though. I need to let this go a little longer. I might need to add a little bit more cornstarch. Come back to that in a second. Any thickness works as long as it tastes good. That's what she said. Oh man, terms of service violation. So yeah, little tiny like oblique cuts. Get some scallion in here, some pickled jalapeno. Oh, yeah, we'll do the pickled jalapeno. Of course. Well, yeah, I knew you were coming, bro. It's like the best onion flavor. Why are you gonna hate? See, Rich can corroborate my story. Lime. Get those tomatoes marinating. Flip this tortilla over. Get in there. I'm gonna make a little bit more of this cornstarch situation because one of the unfortunate parts is when you use like fresh cheese, like it doesn't emulsify very well. I might end up hucking like a Kraft single or two in here to like introduce all those chemicals. But we'll try the cornstarch first. Go like 2 more tablespoons. I have a good feeling about 2 more tablespoons. And if not, you get to see me fail at making queso live on TV. Get this back rolling. Get that back in. We'll see where we get. Oh, it's already working better. I'm gonna lower the heat to like a mid-low and like try and see if this like graininess will kind of like cook itself out, because it's really just like the milk curd that's like causing the graininess. But I don't want it to scorch on the bottom, so we'll see what happens. You know what? I'm gonna use the scallions only on the top hat. I'll use the white onion for the pico. Same thing, just vertical cuts. A little bit bigger for the salsa. Break out the pickled jalapenos. fats. That's rude. I'm well aware of my size, sir. I'm just like, I know I'm off to the side, but you know, a little handful of pickled jalapenos sliced up.
I said data instead of...
Sorry, I gotta squint to see. My vision is leaving me in my old age. I know I could probably make the chat box bigger, but not a lot of real estate on this laptop screen. All right. Got our pico, we got our scallion. Some weird bits over here. Get all that in the trash. I'm unhappy with the graininess, but let's give it a taste. Has like a good, you know, sauce consistency. Tastes like queso. To do a little bit of research and see if I should, because the recipe that I was basing this off of, called for just straight up American cheese instead of cheddar. And I know that it has like a lot of like built-in emulsifiers and like chemicals that prevent this. But I got stubborn and I bought like nice cheddar instead. Alas, my own fault. Oh, I could try the stick blender. That's a good suggestion. Let's do that. Turn this off. It's as cooked as it's going to be. Get rid of this spoon. Where is the stick blender? There it is. So it's an immersion blender. This back over here. Looks like this. Looks like a boat motor, like a trolling motor. I do have to scooch my cutting board back to get to the plug. Try not to spill cheese all over myself. Yeah, just spins up the motor. So let's see, as per Hat's suggestion. I think you might be onto something. Sweet, sweet diarrhea noises. Oh yeah, that looks way better, dude. Good job, Hat. You saved the day. I'm gonna have to hand over the entire cooking empire to you now. Tactical cheese, man. All right, so our queso is done. I'm gonna pop it over here and toast these tortillas on this thing. I thought about frying the tortillas, but didn't want to like make a fryer, so we're gonna stick with toasted tortilla and see how it works out. Get this guy. This guy needs to be seasoned for sure. Tactical craft. Just go ahead and, I know we're going to need it. Boom. Pico. Tastes like pico. All right. Tortillas are puffing up. I'm gonna grab the filling while I'm over here.
I just wait to season after the grill.
I know though, like it won't get Mexican pizza crispy, but I'm kind of just going for like a, I don't know, like a torta situation instead. Maybe like a deconstructed quesadilla. I don't know, man. It's getting toasted though.
I over-season the fuck out of my burgers. Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you always want to season before you cook because the salt like penetrates the protein. It's tough to like, unless you're buying like super lean meat. It's tough to, you know what? I am gonna. It's too floppy. I'm gonna fry these a little bit. Change my mind. As soon as I find. Actually, maybe just add like. Maybe we'll just do like a. Add a little bit of fat to the pan to get it like a little crispy. Yeah. All right, we've introduced butter.
I salt my meat with the tears of my enemies. All right. Yeah, oh yeah, no, dude. If you're gonna grill burgers, you need like ground beef that has like way more fat in it than that. 93.7 is like for like housewives on a diet.
You want like 75-25 for like a good burger. I am on that usually. Yeah, you and me both, dude. This is the feijoada stuff I was talking about. It's basically pulled pork, but you cooked the pork in like black beans. Like it's way more complicated than that. The Brazilian version, there's like prosciutto and sausage and all kinds of stuff involved. But I like this like weird version that I've come up with. That is, it's very, very good. All right, that's much better. When in doubt, just add a little butter. I had a doctor's appointment today that she was asking me a bunch of questions it was like a routine exam or whatever. She's like, how's work going with your new career change and blah blah blah. I'm like, I've been at it a few years, and I was explaining to her how like I have such a huge hard time like concentrating in an office environment after working in a restaurant for a decade. And she started asking me more and more questions and blah, blah, blah. And then I walked out of there with like an amphetamine prescription. So, gonna try that out, see how that goes. But I guess I might have ADD or something like that. Who knew? But apparently amphetamines are, you know, good for losing weight. So we'll see what happens with that too. All right, we have one mostly crispy tortilla. I'm actually going to build this off the plate because I'm going to cut it. We got our pulled pork.
God damn, that looks good.
Thanks, dude.
Or is it just hard to concentrate with Twitch running all day?
I only usually have the chat open. I don't have the video component open. Like I can hear and I can chat, but I only also ever watch like T&D, you know? I'm just in there to make sure that nobody is dropping the N-bomb. Looking at you, Normal. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I've literally, it is Tuesday, Hot Take Tuesday. I've never been prescribed like anything in my life, which is pretty crazy. Like, because I'm fat, you would think I've been on like blood pressure medication or something like that. But no, this is my first prescription at the ripe old age of 36. So we'll see how it goes. That one got a little dark, but not burnt. Should be pretty tasty. So, do you think I should put queso on the inside or the outside only? I think I'm just gonna go the outside. Boom. I'm okay with the level of crispiness on this thing. Turn that off. The incessant beeping. Get our queso, wipe our spoon off. It's gonna be like a sloppy mess. It's basically just like inside out quesadilla, right? That's what we made here today. I'm not upset with that. Just pop that in there. Largely irrelevant. And then our salsa. And for hat, some scallion. Boom. The most unhealthy dinner I've made in a while. You're gonna eat that with a fork, I hope? Yeah, let's give it a shot. I wonder if should I have cut it before I got to this point, or we reached the point of no return. How's that look? I'll get good at this someday. Best burger battle tip. You know, you got to scout out your competition, and you got to use Martin's potato rolls. It's the best. There is no better burger bun.
Don't help him. Oh, is that PT?
Yeah, Martin's potato bun. I'm not a big fan of those like gimmicky grinds. Like, I think that you just get like a nice like piece of chuck and you grind it yourself, and you make sure that like it passes the. There's a little test you can do. You can get your ground meat, and if it's like has a good amount of like fat in it or the right amount of fat in it, you can like really like work take a little piece you're not going to cook, work it up really well so that it's like almost like a paste. And if it sticks to your hand and you can hold your hand upside down for like 3 seconds, that means you have like a good ratio of meat to fat, and that when you ground it properly. It didn't turn into like just a slurry. There's like you still have the myosin protein in there. Salud. I mean, the giant quesadilla situation. It can be bad.
A queso cheese on top would make a burger better.
I don't think so. I think you need I don't think you want queso on a burger. This is actually really good. Black beans, queso, pork, fresh tomatoes. Good shit. Sarah will be happy when she gets home in 2 hours. I mean, yeah, queso's pretty good, but like and that's the other thing. You can't beat American cheese on a burger. Like the only exception is blue cheese, really. And then you have to like engineer your burger to be a blue cheese burger. Saving stuff, throwing stuff away. I think that about covers it for today. It was, once again, short streams during the week. I made trying to figure out like a comfortable place to lean. I'm a leaner and it's tough. And then I'm looking at this to see if I'm looking at the camera to make sure it's not awkward. This is very foreign to me. I'll post the recipe for the queso on the blog because I've been really slacking in doing that today. But today I posted a list of tools that I use around the kitchen. And I made my battery is very low. What? The PC's not plugged in. Sure it is. Is it still going? No.
I'm gonna see if it catches up. I don't think it will. Oh, that's fantastic. How weird that, like, it's plugged in. I would be a horrible cam girl. I know I'm still on. Oh, the light went out. My makeup light went out. So bright. And the bitrate is like back to normal now, right? Yeah, it told me that the battery was dying, and then it but the battery's at 100%. I feel like you're trying to sabotage me with this Lenovo laptop hat, but I do really appreciate that you got it for me anyway. It's also like on like a minute and a half delay now. Maybe not that long. But anyway, we're done. That's weird that happened. Thanks for watching. See you later this week.